Hello everybody and welcome to this new video on GIMP, and in this video we are going to make an introduction to this software. What you can do with GIMP, you can work with photo montage, you have the possibility to improve photos, you have also the possibility to paint, to create to draw with GIMP, and you have also the possibility to make a lot of things using different tools. You can subscribe to this YouTube channel if you like the content. First link on the description, the complete course GIMP is available. So if you want to learn GIMP, starting from scratch with the course structure, it will be on the first link on the description. You will see the models, session of the course, what you will be able to learn. It is a reference course, complete course, different hours of training content to perfectly master GIMP step by step. If you want to improve photo, if you want to create photo montage, if you want to draw, if you want to do all these type of things, it's possible, and this training course will be perfect. In the second link on the description, see the website in with this YouTube channel. You can discover software in this YouTube channel. And second link on the description, it is like an online school. You can pick a course and learn any graphic software. So let's take a look first of the dashboard. When you go on the top here, you can find different type of panels. So concretely, you have a fab panel to create a new document, export and save document. You can have edit panels where you can have access to the preferences, select panels to be able to work with the selection, view panels if you want, for example, to display guides, if you want to snap to different elements, it's possible. You have also image just here to edit and adjust the image. You can work with layer on these panels. Here, this is the colors where you have the different photo adjustment like color balance, exposure, saturation, curves, and more. Here, this is different tools that you can use, but these different tools, you can find these tools in the tool panels here. You can find also some filters in different categories, window panels with the dockable dialogues, and help panels here. So if you want to have access to the preferences, first you go on edit, and when you go on the preferences, you can edit the preferences here. For the base of the preferences, what you need to do, you can go in the interface, and in the interface here, concretely, you can change, for example, the default layer and channel preview size, navigation with different type of size. When you go in the theme, by default, I'm using the theme light colors with the theme by default, but if you want to prefer to work with the dark theme, it's possible, but I prefer to work with this theme. Override icon size set by theme. So here, as you can see, for example, for these tools, we have this size, and I put the large size. By default, you are in medium. I think it's little smalls, and I decided to change for large. Here, this is the icon theme. By default, you use this one, default, and you don't have any color from, for example, the tools and on your dashboard. So you can switch for legacy, and if you switch for legacy, will have all this icon in color, and I think it's pretty better. So this is some basic things that you need to know when you start. It is the same. When you use the toolbox, by default, you have use tool group activated. And when you click on use tool group, you will have the tools separate in different groups, and you can see the group just below. If you deactivate this one, all the tools will appear on this area in just one way. And personally, I prefer to do this. If I just click on reset here, you have on this area, space of work, you will have the toolbar with all the different tools displayed here. You can also dragging and moving the toolbar here, depending of how you prefer to work. Personally, I like to work like this with 6 columns, for example, 6 columns here, and all the tools are displayed. You can see foreground, background panels. When you click here, you can double click and you can change the foreground color, or if you click here, you can change the background color as well. But even if you change any color here that you will use with the different tools, you can come back at any moment, switch black to white, and you can invert the color foreground and background as well. Here, this is the option of the tools. You have a panels tool option. By default, you have more tools options, but I prefer to work only with these panels here on this area. What does it mean? It means you can select any tools. When you select any tools, like for example this one, the rotate tools, or this one, you will have access to the option of the tools just on this area, for example. When you go on the right, you have different panels, and these panels, this is not the panels that you have by default. So this is how I organize the panels on the right. So concretely here on this area, you can dragging and moving. Here I'm not going to touch. We have a layer panels, channel panels, and path panels. But here in this, you can adjust depending of your use of GIMP. For example, you can go on Window, dockable dialogues. And if I wanted something like maybe you have different type of option. If I want, for example, the colors, I can click on colors and the color panels will appear here. If I want another one, dockable dialogues, I want to have access to more things, for example, the palettes, you will have the palette here. And at any moment, you can click on an element, you can dragging and moving on another position, for example, or just dragging and moving outside to dragging and moving the panels. And if I dragging and moving this one, I can also dragging and moving the palette outside here. So you can dragging and moving also the position. Here I can change the position of this different element on this area. So by default, you will have more panels here. Me, in this case, I prefer to keep only the tool option here. Like that, it's simple. You have the tools and you have the tool options. And how I work on the right, I work with the selection editors, the display navigation, the histogram panels, and the undo history. So when you go on Window, dockable dialogues, you can find this one. So for example, we have the selection editors, we have the histogram, we have also when I continue just like this, we have also histogram selection editor. We have also this one, the display navigation. So it means the navigation here. And we have also the undo history panel, undo history panels, navigation, selection editor, and histogram. But you can add more elements if you want. The tool options here correspond to what you have by default on this area, just here. I think it's convenient if you want to work with photo montage, photo editing, but after if you want to make more specific things, you can just go on Window and you have so many interesting things like paint dynamic, my paint brushes, for example, symmetry painting, also very interesting if you want to focus on paint, but you can open just temporarily these panels, as you can see. So if you want to create a new document, you go on File, you can create a new document here, and when you create a new document, you can display the size, or you can select one of the templates proposed on this area. If you want, for example, A4 document, landscape, you can create A4 document. When I continue, I'm going to open images. If you want to open images, you can click on File, you click Open, and you can open images. For example, I'm going to open 2 images. I have an image with the road, just like this, and I will open an image with a face, like, for example, what image I will use. I will use, for example, this one. So you can do a lot of things. For example, I have this image. I want to create a selection. I can go on Edit and copy or Control C to select all this layer and go on this area, this image, and edit and paste or Control V. And I can paste all the layers on this area, as you can see. Then if I want to adjust, I can use the Move tools to dragging and moving the layers, or for example, the Scale tools, where I can scale my layers, but I can also dragging and moving as well, and I will click on Scale just like this. If I have this image, you have multiple tools of selection. For example, you can create rectangle of selection just like this. And if you use this panel, the selection editor, it's convenient because you can adjust your selection with select everything, dismiss the selection, invert, save the selection to channels, and more options. In this case, I will use the fuzzy selection tools, and the mode will be replace the current selection. I will select a threshold value around maybe 30, and I will go left click to select the backgrounds just like that. And then after to select the backgrounds, I will invert the selection to select the face of the woman. The selection will appear in white here. And then I can go edit, copy or control C, and I will go here, edit and paste or control V. Now I need to scale these layers, and for this I will select the scale tools and I will just scale like this, and I can place, for example, my layers just here. I can place around the middles and I will be able to click on scale, just like that. After, you have many tools of transformation just here. So if, for example, you want to use something like you have the smooch tool, you have the dodge and burn tools. If I select, for example, the road layer on the back, you have many things to, for example, adjust the layer. If you want to create a new layer, you can click plus here and you can create a new layer. You can change the name, fill with a foreground, background, transparency, and things like this. I will select transparency and I will be able, for example, to create a new layers. You want to duplicate the layers, you can click on the layers and you can also duplicate the layers here. On many areas, for example, I have this layer here, you have many types of tools to adjust. For example, in the color, if I want to increase the exposure, I can click on exposure and I can increase the exposure value, as you can see. If I want to improve the saturation, I can go on color, saturation, and I can improve the saturation. And why it is powerful? Because now in GIMP, before we didn't have this, we can have FX effect, and when you click here, you can adjust the saturation again at your convenience, and it's totally non-destructive. The exposure also at your convenience, and it's totally non-destructive, as you can see. It will be a layer effect. And before we didn't have this in GIMP, and now we can have, and it's extremely useful and extremely powerful, as you can see. Many type of tools. If you want to create a document, graphic document, create a graphic document, you have also the text tools. You can also adjust different elements, and you have multiple filters as well. When you click on filters, you can find filters in blur categorize, enhance categorize, distort categorize, light and shadow, combine, and so much more. So definitely the tools is convenient. It is a free tools, and it is open source tools and very powerful if you want to work with photo montage, photo editing, if you want to paint or to create drawing as well. And if you want to do all this type of thing, you can use GIMP for free. So that's it. We are going to stop here for this video. If you like, subscribe to this YouTube channel. First link on the description. The complete course GIMP is available. So if you want to learn GIMP starting from scratch with the course structure, it will be on the first link on the description. You will see the models session of the course, what you will be able to learn. It is a complete course, different hours of training content to perfectly master GIMP. We see in details all the different tools, all the layers, all the different selections, how to work with the image, improve the image. All the different features will be seen in this training course. In the second link on the description, this is a website in link with this YouTube channel. You can learn software in these YouTube channels, have basic of this software. Second link on the description, it is like online school, so it means you can pick a course and you can learn any graphic software. For the next video on these channels, see you. Ciao, ciao.